I'm Tits.
Hey, and I'm Areolas, and the show we did or the movie. No, the movie we did this week was Psycho.
Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock directed it. Lorenzo, what's your previous exposure to Psycho?
I had never seen it, although I know a lot about it because it's kind of hard to not know about it because it's pretty famous for a few things.
Before I watch this for the first time, I've done a review on this on my channel. If you want to go check it out, youtube.com/ASC presents. But also, the before I watched this, I only knew the shower scene, and I
Hmm.
thought that was like the movie. Like it was a slasher. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I no, I usually like read about movies now instead of watching them because it's just easier. I don't know. I
Did
when
you
you get
watch
to
this movie?
I did, I
Good.
did, but before I had read about it, because there's a certain point where it's like, oh, I already know the spoilers, so why am I gonna watch the movie? And so I'll just read about it, and that I don't know. Maybe that's with old age. I just want to read things instead of watch them.
Ah, makes
But
sense.
uh, but yeah, I didn't know what I like about this movie is like you have the main character there and then they die like halfway through the movie and then the main characters become someone else. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. It's like let's start from the very beginning, all right?
Hmm.
Lorenzo. Imagine you're this girl who's wanting to hook up, wanting to marry this guy, but this guy's in a lot of debt. And I don't know how debt works, but if you marry this guy, you inherit debt. Is that correct?
I think back then it was.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Then don't
Yeah.
get married, be boyfriend, girlfriend forever. You don't have to do the whole sneaking around thing.
I think
Foolish.
they like it though. I think you know what I mean? Like I've seen that be kind of like a turn on for some people, like sneaking around and
That's
thinking they're
true.
doing like sinfully, but I don't know.
The idea of sin is like so titillizing to them. And this
Yeah.
freaking chick, I think her name was, yeah, Marion.
Yeah.
Marion's like, "Oh, I so sad. Ah, I'm so sad. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna steal $40,000 from my work. I'm not gonna turn it into the bank. Oh no, I'm so sad." And like, it seems like, did you get this impression? It seems like she's like running from herself because there's a lot of observations from like other people. Like it seems like she's running away from something. Like she's like, I don't have any time. I don't have any time. Okay, and I'm very skeptical of this freaking police officer. I gotta go away from him. And it just seems like she's trying to find something, but it isn't clear to me.
Yeah, like once she steals the money or at least has even the idea to steal the money cuz she's supposed to take it somewhere to deposit, she was like really scared the whole time, like just
Yeah,
like
she was
I'm going to
so
get caught.
paranoid.
Yeah, she was like I'm going to get caught, I'm going to get caught. And then she like falls asleep on the side of the road and the cop like goes and asks her what's up and she acts like super suspicious. So it's
Yeah,
like I don't know, she's not good with that poker face of trying to act not suspicious, you know?
right.
It and then
Yeah.
she's like a beautiful white woman, so like you would think, oh, these cops are gonna get off her, but she's acting like real crazy. Where it's like, dude, I gotta follow her.
Yeah, and I find the most hilarious thing ever is she's like at a car dealership. She keeps like looking at the police officer so much that the freaking car salesman notices. And she's like, I gotta get this car quick. I gotta get it quick." And it's like she's like pressuring the salesman to sell her the car. And it's like, I gotta. What's interesting is the salesman, even though he suspected something was up, He didn't really do anything about it. And also, she switched his car in front of the fucking cops.
I was to say that. What's the point? You switch you right in front of the cops. He's got your new license plate number, so
Yeah,
there was no point to that.
yeah. I just think that she is just running. She's rushing. Like if she was a little bit slower, if she was a little bit more like precise with with everything, wasn't like constantly like thinking, then she would be fine. Oh my goodness, this freaking woman.
No, she
Ah.
just needed to chill the fuck out. Like, why would why would you look guilty at all? Unless like you're making it, you're like tripping out, you're running from the, or you don't even talk to the cop. You like roll up your window and get the fuck out of there. You stop there and you're buying a car cash by trading your old one in.
Yeah, she's like really dedicated to stealing this money. I'm personally just watching her steal this money. I'm like, I've been in positions like I've had jobs where I've like dealt with a lot of money and like I'm like counting like this money and I'm like, man, why would anyone freaking steal like why would anyone steal? Because I'd rather have like at that time I'd rather have like a guaranteed paycheck than to have like a large sum of cash, and then like after you're done with that large sum of cash, then what now? You don't have a job, you don't have no other way to get this large sum of cash, and you're a criminal.
I remember being in a position. Thank you, Earl of for the super sticker, 99 cents. Thank
Ooh,
you.
nice.
Great, great show. Yes, she Mint Salad is a great show. I
You're
remember.
two. It's
You're a
two
little
of
bit.
us in the show.
There is a pair.
Uh-huh.
I remember like being in a position like at Walmart, and this was years ago, where I like someone returned a iPod, like a old school iPod,
Yeah.
and I took it and then put it in my car, and then I got scared, so I brought it back inside.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, no one noticed that I took it out and brought it back in." So I took it back out to my car and just kept it in my car, and I ended up taking, like, the iPod, and it was, like, $140, like, I mean, it was years ago, so, like,
Ah,
it's
the
past
statute of
due.
limitation is up.
Yeah, let's say that, but the worst thing about me is I'm a thief. Don't like, you know, I took from Walmart. It's not like I took from an old lady or something,
It is
but
Walmart. I mean, you know what I also did to Walmart? This has been also a long time ago. This was when I was a teenager, so I haven't done this as an adult. So I'd have like earbuds, and they would break. So I'd buy a new pair of earbuds, like switch them out, and then like return them. And
hell
I'd have
yeah.
the new earbuds, but like send them the old earbuds.
Hell yeah.
I remember somebody told me this trick, and I was like, I want to try it. And like they're like, going to try it, and someone told me, oh, they have different prices in like different states and counties. So like I was on this road trip, and like I bought like this pair of headphones in Washington, and then I returned them in like California, and they were the same price. They were the exact same price, and I was so angry because it's like I
Why were you angry?
because like I mean I got the free earbuds or whatever, but like
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I was gonna get money out of it too.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Maybe they
exactly.
meant the taxes, because taxes are different in different states, but,
They just give you
uh,
exactly what you paid for, no matter the taxes.
you had the receipt?
Yeah, I had the receipt.
Okay, then they're just gonna refund you what's on the receipt,
Y-
typically.
Yeah, they won't
But
take
that
anything without a receipt, in my
yeah,
experience.
that's a classic one, me switching out something that's broken for something new. I would do that all the time. I don't know if you lived through the Xbox Red Ring of Death.
I have. My older
Oh,
brother had an Xbox.
yeah, that happened to me like 5 times, and we would just switch out, our broken Red Ring of Death console for a new one
he had
every single
uh
time.
he had one of those happen to him, but I
It
think by the
sucked.
time that he switched it out, that problem was fixed. So I didn't have to
Mhm.
deal with it too much, but that sounds like hell. A circle of hell. Get it cuz it's red?
It is a ring of hell. But,
Exactly.
mentioning hell or ring of hell. I don't know if that segues right,
Ha ha.
but Marion's like super paranoid, so she gets off the road, stops at this hotel called the Bates Motel, right?
There's no master there. Get
Okay.
it? Master bait.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Is it Mister? Yeah, Master. Mr. Master.
And I think like her radar is so skewed to be so cautious of like police officers like noticing her sus behavior and like other people like noticing her sus behavior. Like they're upfront about like uh yo, what are you doing? And so like when she encounters this guy who's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to look at you at all. I don't care what you're up to. I hope you have a nice friendly time at this hotel." And like he introduces her to the room, goes in the room, which I would never let any of my freaking the receptionist at a hotel let me into my room. Like I would never do that. That's just like a personal boundary thing. But because she's just so scared of everything else, she's not like scared of this guy. And this guy freaking opens a window. And there's also a point of like showing which room that he picks. And I was like, huh, that's an interesting detail. This entire movie is like focusing on decisions.
I like well, what? He invites her to come eat with him. And was that before or after he looks through the little peephole?
It was before. So
Okay,
like
yeah.
he's a little creepy after like she settles down. She's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then like you can hear him arguing with his mother. And I'm
Mhm.
just thinking, isn't that a little unprofessional? Like bickering in front of the customers?
But, I mean, he looks like he looks like a good guy, but he looks like a mama's boy. Like, he's got the face and the hair of a mama's boy, like
The mama is such an asshole. Like at this point, I'm like, man, that mother sucks. I wonder what type of person she is. That she's like, you're ugly, worthless scum, and you look like a peanut, or something like that. Not exactly like that, but same sentiment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still she's insulting him and his looks.
I really do like the peephole. The peephole. I was like, oh, that's why he chose that room. Oh boy. Well, is he just like a creepy little guy who's gonna like furiously masturbate while behind the peephole looking at her doing
Hell
the little
yeah.
shower thing? That was my
Hell
first
yeah.
thought. And then I remembered, oh, someone gets murdered in the shower. And this lady is about to go into the shower.
And she looks good because at the very beginning of the movie, when she's like messing around with that one dude, she's just in her bra, and she got a nice like look in a bra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You got
yeah,
them
like
pointy bras.
yeah, all lacy and just elegant.
Yeah, it's like classy, but like
Yeah,
sensual is a good
like
descriptor.
it looks like it has an extra clip on there somewhere. Like you got to work a little harder to take that bra off. Like
Exactly. If you want to see them titties, you really got to work for it.
yeah, there's a little extra bit of difficulty in that
You need a
puzzle there.
lock and key. You need a key for the lock. Type in a little passcode.
It's like a Rubik's cube back there. You
Yeah,
got to fucking
exactly.
line it up.
That's what all women's bras are.
Well, in the heat of the moment, I'm sure that's how a fucking woman's bro. And you're like, God, I gotta take this shit off. Hurry
Yeah,
the fuck up.
just like freaking throw it off on top of you. I'm pretty sure that's the worst way to take off a bra, but for many years, that's how I took off a bra. Just like, foop, boom, throwing it off the top of my head. It's just quicker that way, but it definitely
Yeah,
ruins the bra.
yeah, but you're not thinking about that. You're thinking efficient. Like, just take it off.
Yeah,
I
that's
imagine
true.
after a long day of wearing one, you just want to take it off because it's in the way.
Exactly. You know
Mhm.
what's up. You know what's
I do.
also interesting?
What's
Um
that?
the way okay, first of all, I really like how the showing her just having a chill time before going into the shower, and then it shows her going into the shower, and then shows her in the shower, and she's like chilling casually, and I'm like, you're a little bit too comfortable here. This motel is off of every main road possible. Maybe you should, I don't know, steal some dogs from somewhere before you take a shower. Set up some defense German shepherds. I know this is impractical to the movie, but like, it's just like if I were there, I'd be like, I need to set some sort of booby trap. I do not feel comfortable here. Like maybe like a bucket of water over the door, and then if someone opens the door they get splashed, you hear the bucket, and then
Mhm.
oh wow there's somebody in there, oh
Mhm.
wow, but nope, she just gets do 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 do
Yeah.
do do, and then she's screaming, and I'm like, this is the most iconic scream ever, and this
Mhm.
is only not even 2/3 the way of the movie, not even 1/3 of the
No.
way of the movie, and I'm like,
No, no.
oh geez, what the heck is gonna happen next? Because I had not read any spoilers on Psycho before I watched the movie, so I was like fresh to all the twists and turns.
That's
What about
great, yeah.
you?
I'm jealous of you because I already knew all of, what was gonna go down and have read about it and all that. The whole idea that, like well, for one, it was the first toilet flushing, so when you saw her flush, like, those numbers down the toilet of the money, that was a first, and then her being, like, naked, but you never saw anything, you never saw any stabbing, you never saw right? Like, from what I
Yeah.
was reading about, it was, like, 60 different, shots or something, I
Oh,
don't know,
yeah.
you know more about, like, camera work than I do, it was, like, 60 different shots
Yeah,
to
there's a lot. There's a lot. I don't
portray the angles so that you don't see stabbing, you don't see boobs or, the other thing women have. You
yeah.
don't see and you don't
Legs. That's all they
yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah. That's all they have.
Yeah,
And you don't
exactly.
see, really, like, anything it's all more imagination, you know?
Yeah. I really like that aspect about this movie. And then the whole like, okay, so it seems like Norman, that's his name. Norman is
Mhm,
like, okay, I gotta clean up this murder. And it seems like he's so efficient at it. Like he has the whole shower curtain thing down.
mhm,
He's like just grabbing all the weapons, all the murder weapons. He's being super frantic about it. And then he stuffs first of all, I have an issue with what she does before she dies. She takes she takes the money that was in the envelope, safe and sound. Perfect place to put it. She puts it in a newspaper and rolls it up. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? What, you trying to like cause less suspicion? Hide the money somewhere. Don't just put it in plain sight. Like, that's more likely to get thrown away. And wow, look what happens. Freaking Norman grabs all of her shit, throws it in the back of the trunk, and then is like, oh, let me just like push the car into the sludge. And at this
mhm.
part, I'm just like, please, I want the car to sink because of like how the movie frames it, like with all the music and the tension, and like the car doesn't sink for a moment. I'm like, please, car, I want sink, please. I'm on Norman Bates' side. Fuck that chick. Ah, you know.
I, felt bad because I mean, I'm gonna sound, again, like, pervy, but what a waste of a body. You
What would
know,
you have done with it?
uh, I would have done probably a few squeezes at least.
You would grope a dead body?
Well, I
There's
mean,
no there.
you're carrying it, you know, like, and obviously he's done it before. If he was peepholing through the fucking, you know, what else would you be peeping at through a
I
hole?
think he sexually gets off on. Well, I don't. This movie explains it further, but uh, at this point, I'm like, he must sexually get off on killing girls, or actually, it was the mother at some point. It was like the mother who came in, so it's
Mhm.
like maybe he sexually gets off on cleaning bodies for the mother, and I'm like, What the fuck? Or
Well, what
he's
is
like
it?
such a mama's boy.
Yeah, what it is like he became attracted to the girl because obviously because he ate with her or whatever,
Yeah.
and the mom didn't like that, so the mom killed the girl, and
Pew,
he's like,
pew, pew,
"Mom,
pew.
you killed my girlfriend or
It's
whatever," and
like dude, what's that fucking internet skit from like 10 years ago? I think I've only seen like one episode. It's very popular. Like, Carl, you can't just kill somebody. Like, I had that in my head. Like, Mom, you can't just kill somebody. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
clean up my mess, and he's like, "Fuck, okay," and so just puts the body in the curtain and puts it in the trunk with everything. Doesn't and the money has nothing to do with it, and then, like you said, the thing sinks, and now we're at a whole new movie. Because first you think it's like a heist movie, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
girl stealing money and a detective, or I don't know, just a girl stealing money and feeling guilty about it. And now
Yeah.
we're on a whole new movie where,
It's a
okay,
slasher.
yeah, where it's like, okay, now it's a murder mystery supposedly, and you have the detective trying to find the girl because of the money. You
Yeah.
have the sister going to the boyfriend of the hardware store, and they're trying to find the girl because they both love her. It's the
Yeah.
boyfriend and then the sister.
Fucking Norman chose the wrong chick to. I keep saying Norman. That's a spoiler. Oops. Everyone's seen Psycho, I'm for sure. The mother chose the wrong chick to murder. Okay, like
I think everyone knows. Like, I feel like everyone knows the twist. That's why I'm so jealous that you hadn't ever seen it or heard of it, because it's so, I guess, iconic. But it's
it's a
also
pretty
like,
iconic twist. It's like Luke saying it's like Darth Vader saying that he's Luke's father. It's like that iconic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like Iron Man dying at the end of Endgame. Now, if you want a more, if people
What?
want a more,
Spoilers? Oh. Exactly. I I really like how like the detective is like hot on the tail. He's like, "Oh, well, this chick was here. Okay, let me go to the car. Okay, okay, she bought a car. Where did she go? Well, I'm gonna continue down the road. What's the most natural way? Like, what's the most natural thing that she's going to do?" I like that part of figuring out because it's like, how would I am not a detective. I don't have any thinking skills of any kind. I do think that it's pretty marvelous how this private investigator's like getting pretty hot on the tails actually
Mhm.
of this case to the
Yeah, I
point
mean, mhm.
yeah, to
No,
the
I'm sorry.
point where like freaking Norman's like he's like jumping out of his skin. He's not good at hiding his murder at all. Like
Mhm.
ooh.
But
I
he's still sick though, to where like he like he's like, "Oh, well, let me question your mother." "Oh, no, she's busy." "Well, I just saw her in the window or something at your mansion." "Oh, no, I she's busy. She can't be bothered, my mother." And without, what is it? Like, without asking Norman, the detective, goes to see the mother, and the
yeah.
mother the mother's there, in her silhouette is there, and she pushes that dude down the stairs or stabs him. What does she do?
I think she like stabs him unexpectedly.
Yeah, right,
Like
and he falls down the
yeah.
stairs.
Yeah. So he's dead. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, the private detector gave some information before he got murdered, which this freaking mother should have been more careful about. You should have got to him sooner. Oh man, but like it's honestly like really fun just seeing like, oh well, this guy got murdered. He gave the details of where he was last. Obviously, he got murdered there. Well, let's send like more people there. But like instead of like more cops, I do like Marion's sister's like, I'll go. Or, like the family goes. I'm like, wow, you're so brave.
Well, because they don't want her in trouble because they don't know what she's getting into or whatever. But I mean, the sad part is she's already dead. And then yeah, you're right that the detective did who did he call? Someone to say like, "Hey, yeah, I got some news here. She's probably around. I'm gonna question the mother." Blah blah blah.
I don't remember who he calls exactly, but it's definitely it pushes Marianne's family in the right direction. I do like the whole like powwow that they have in their house. Like they're all afraid of like Marion. Like what's up with her? Ooh, like I'm scared. Is she okay? And it's like, well, freaking private investigator won't respond. Marion won't respond. I'm sure that something bad is happening. And then she's like, I'm gonna go. And then she goes to the freaking hotel, which I love. And then she's just snooping around herself, which I
And
love.
they had told, was it the parents that had told the hardware store dude and the sister, "Oh, the Bates Motel," and they're like, "Yeah, he said something about the mother, uh, that he was gonna talk to her." Well, the mother hasn't. I thought she died years ago or something with some,
Yeah.
like a little hint to what's gonna happen later on, sort of like a subtle hint.
You know what my first thought was? So I was like, okay, this mother has to be like the most clever person ever. I obviously there's a history of murders here. So what if the mother was such a cool killer that she killed a woman that looked similar to her, and then she buried that person and framed it as her, and so she can continue doing murders while not being suspected at all because she's dead. So that was my first theory.
That's pretty. I wouldn't say complicated because it could happen, but it did end up. Well, I don't know because it ended up being a little more complicated, but
It did.
a different direction. Here's Dirty Dalish saying
Hello,
hi.
hello, Dirty Dalish. Hello.
It's wonderful. Llamas with hats. That's what Marco
Yes,
V was saying.
llamas with hats. That's what it was. I wish I had a hat.
Where's your beanie? You usually have a yellow beanie. Well, it wouldn't make sense in the black and white. It would just
Yeah, it's
be
somewhere.
yeah. So they end up, like you said, end up at the hotel.
Yep.
The hardware guy, the boyfriend and the sister, they're there doing their own little investigation. Norman looks pretty suspicious there
He's
as
still
well.
crawling out of his skin.
Yeah, he's like, "Crap, more people," and they're asking questions. Crap, and
Ho
so
honestly, I was half expecting a Linkin Park song to "Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal." Like, that was, like, 50 years before, but before Linkin Park, but, that's just what my thoughts came
I
to.
wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
wanna
one.
be with the enemy, not with the edgy place
Ah,
in my
what's his freaking
head.
name? Dang it, I feel like an asshole
Chester,
for Chester, yeah.
Chester
Chester
Bennington.
Chester Bennington, rip. I'm so sad that he's gone, but
Did
I'm
you know he was in a Saw movie?
I did not. He's in
There's
Saw.
w- he's in one of the Saw movies where he's one of the guys that gets killed. Obviously, he's not,
Ah.
but he's like a skinhead. And what happens is like he's in the seat of a car, and if the people like move the car a certain way, the wheel's gonna like go into his face and like just
Oh.
road rash him up the wheel.
Ah, man, I don't understand the appeal of the Saw movies personally. I saw the first one, I'm like, "This is too bloody." I've heard of
Really?
the other ones, and I've heard it's torture porn. I don't like gore that
Yeah.
much.
No, dude, it is torture porn, and I actually really do like gore, but I
I'm
actually
very squeamish.
that's surprising because I know you've seen like a lot of movies, and a few of them are pretty uh squeamy. I don't know.
Oh, man, there was, like, this, I forget what it's called, Machine Girl. I reviewed Machine
Oh,
Girl,
I
someone
asked
requested
you
me to do that.
I asked you to review Machine Girl. That was,
Oh,
like,
that
the
was
very first.
oh, yeah, that was you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that, I'm like, "This is so much blood." I know it's comically a lot of blood, but holy shit. I can't, like, divorce myself from, like I know it's fake, but, like,
Mhm.
it feels like I'm still watching, like, a bunch of blood spraying everywhere, and then I imagine, "Oh, if what if that was happening in front of me?" And that just, quick, millisecond of thought before I'm like, "Ah, I don't wanna look at that," you
No,
know?
I feel you, I feel you. I'm like that with, heights. Like,
Height?
if
Okay.
I see a movie where there's, like, a heights, I start kinda tripping out, like,
Don't
oh,
watch
like,
don't watch Mission Impossible 4 or
ugh.
Skyscraper.
Yeah, or Cliffhanger, or, have you ever seen 127 Hours? Didn't have heights. He was just trapped between a rock and a hard place.
Ah, I get it. It's a
Mhm, mhm,
metaphor.
mhm, and
Uh,
real. Uh,
oof. Where were we at? Oh, yeah, Marion's sister. So
mhm.
she going through the house, the mother's house, she's, like, just looking through things. I like the observations here. It's like, what type of person would commit murders? And it's like she's has, like, a large indent in the mattress. I'm like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'm like, "Is she just constantly sitting there all the time, and she's just complaining about her life? Get the fuck up! Do something with your life. I don't know, take that energy that you got, that murderous rage energy, that
And
hate
let's
and
mention that this was right before, Norman and his mother argue, like, "I'm gonna put you in the fruit cellar," because there's a lot of people asking questions. "Okay, that's fine." You hear her angrily, like, understanding it, so he that's why he puts her, like, in the basement.
yeah, and, like, here we have, "Oh, you fucking filthy slime, and she's still, like, being super degrading towards him. I'm like, "You must really fucking hate your life." Like, do us all a favor and end your life because you're ending a lot of people's lives, and that's not good. Honestly, that's the only person I would say it to is that fucking mother. She's a terrible person.
Mothers are terrible. They
Her
are in general.
especially. In general, but yes, her especially. She's the worst mother ever, and I want her to die. And it actually, what's funny is oh well Marion's sister is just snooping around and bust open. Oh look, it's Norman with the knife, and there's somebody there to save her, pry that knife out of his hand, and he's this little weak guy who is easily overtaken. That's like, oh, how did this guy fucking murder people? And I thought it was the mother, you know?
Mhm. But it but the chair turned around, and it was the mummified skeleton of the mother, and it turns out she's been dead this whole time, and Norman's been cross-dressing as her, and,
Bringing a new meaning to skeletons in the closet.
ooh, yes, there was a lot of metaphor, nah, it was, like, literal, like, holy
It was
shit, you're
it was
cross-dressing.
literalizations of metaphors, which I really like about this movie. And
Mhm.
I really do like the very end where, like, we're pulling up the car. Oh, we found the 40K here, and I'm sad that she's dead. But I do like the very end, like we have Norman in prison, and it's like explaining what the fuck is happening. Well,
Yeah.
Norman has literally has a part of him is his mother, and that part of the mother part of him is like really abusive because she was always really abusive towards him. And then she found a guy, and he got Norman got jealous and so killed both of them, I think. And
Mhm,
then
mhm,
and also the part that killed Marion, he was sexually attracted to her, but then the mother's like, "You're not allowed to do that. You got to murder
mhm.
her." And then that's what happens. And so this leads me to think how many other pretty girls have been gone and the same exact thing has happened. Probably a lot, at least two, according to the
Yeah.
Popo. You
Mhm, they
know,
did say at least 2 missing cases at the minimum.
yeah. I also really like the psychiatric. No, that's relating to pills. The psychology, the psychological, like what's happening in his head, like, and he had like the mother voice being like, I've never heard a fly, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, this woman thinks that she's innocent, woman slash man, a man slash haunting memory of his abusive mother in his head. And I'm just like, let go of the past, guy. Oh my goodness.
No, it's a great ending, and, yeah, I like how that like you said, that I don't know if it's a psychiatrist or whatever for the police, where he explains everything like a nice little monologue, like, "Oh, so it was Norman that killed those people." Yes, but no. And like it was his mother who's taken over his body now fully. Like they used to, kind of fight each other or whatever in the mind, but now she's fully taken over. And yeah, like I
Yeah.
was just like, dang, like I don't know, it explains it well at the end. And it makes you feel, I feel sorry for Norman, even though
Yeah, me
he's the one
too.
that did these murders, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he like grew up in a very abusive household. So like all he knows is fear and violence. So I do feel bad for him. I don't think he's ever seen any compassion from somebody. And if he does see compassion, like the part of him that is his mother is like, you're not allowed to have that. You don't deserve
Mhm,
any of that. And so
mhm,
he like
mhm.
flats out, he like just kills them for that reason, because he doesn't think he deserves love at all. And he's like really extreme about it.
Yeah, very extreme.
Very extreme.
Very extreme too, pretty extreme. And did you know, okay, so that's how it ends, and I didn't know this, but did you know there were 2 sequels to this? Psycho 2 and Psycho 3?
I did. I haven't seen them yet. I heard
How do
that
you how do
second
you
one is
continue this?
surprisingly good, but the third one is meh. I have not seen
Yeah.
these. I've just that's just from what I've heard. I'm
Mhm.
excited to cover these too, because
Yeah,
nothing
there
can match this movie.
no, no, this movie's, like, on its own. Like, there are books written literally just about the shower scene. Like, that scene alone is, like, so iconic that there are books written about it, just that one scene. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. And then the whole idea too, I was reading, 'cause I told you I read about these things before I watch them.
Yeah.
Is Alfred Hitchcock paid the author of the book, Psycho, to get all the copies he could off of the shelves so no one would know the twist ending.
Mm. That's
Yes.
fun. That
So
sounds
he,
like a
like
lot of books that he has.
Yeah.
What's he gonna
Yeah.
do? Resell it?
I don't know, but, I mean, I guess he just bought them, put it in a garage or something, but, that's pretty extreme to, like, not give away an ending.
That's true. I really like the shots and the blocking. Oh my goodness. I was watching this movie and I'm like thinking to myself, why do no modern movies do this stuff? Like they have like a set and they have actors. It's like a play. This movie is like a play, versus like we have fucking like I saw some behind the scenes of like for a Spider-Man movie, like it just like a little picture of like a guy in a green screen morph suit like next to Tom Holland, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
because Zendaya couldn't be there, and so we have like a CGI or whatever of Zendaya there, and because of that it's like the background is also like fucking replaced and there's like no foreground elements, so it looks like green screen as fuck. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
where are the foreground elements? Where are the things that making it so all of this stuff looks like I'm in a real lived world instead of like some digital world? Oh man, I just why are
I just like
movies like
how
this?
that's it. Why can't movies just have actors and settings like movies used to?
Yeah, like create like a whole set piece, create a
Uh,
whole place, and then like you have that place. Oh, you have to create a few places. Oh yeah, boohoo. Oh, I feel like that'd be like easier than like spending the money on via effects artists to fix everything in post. But I think it would take too much pre-production to deal with that, and I feel like a lot of people now are just like, let's just fix it in post, which is the worst thing for via
Mhm.
effects artists, you know,
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
what I've heard.
But now, like, I don't know, that's something that I think it's not coming back. That is the way the world, like, is gonna go, because I guess it's cheaper or it's easier, because actors, they'd rather just come film one scene and then leave, and it's like, "Oh, shit, we gotta film more. We'll just use my digital stunt double or whatever." But, like,
Oh
I saw
man.
The Well yesterday, and it was a lot like that, where it was just one setting, you had the actors there, and it was kinda, like, beautiful, in a
Yeah.
sense of, like, you wouldn't even call it old school. It's just like, man, this is like a movie, because it's like you said, these basic elements that aren't even around anymore. It's like they're making video games now. Video game cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. I also think
Mhm.
like with the limited technology that they had in 1960 when this movie came out, earlier when this movie was in production, I think the limitations on what could be recorded and like the limitations of like budget, I don't know if there was much studio meddling. Obviously there probably wasn't, because this is a masterpiece and no
Yeah.
studio would allow masterpieces to exist. uh s- I- I'm just like studio execs, sorry, specifically studio execs wouldn't allow any masterpieces to
No,
exist.
from what I read about this movie, Alfred Hitchcock put up a lot of money to get it done, because like, no one believed in the movie, like, the studios, so he was like, "Alright, I'll use my camera crew from my TV show, The Alfred Hitchcock Presents. We'll do it in black and white because it's cheaper," even though they had the technology to do it in color by then,
All right.
and he was like, also, "Let me just do what I wanna do, but I'll put up, like, you don't have to pay me a salary, but I'm gonna get, like," I think he said, like, 65% of whatever the movie ended up making. You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
good deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, great deal, great deal. A great risk if it fucking blew, but a great deal, especially when you have a classic movie like that, you know?
Yeah, masterpiece,
Mhm,
honestly. Yeah, like yeah, the art having limitations to art definitely makes more better art in my opinion. Like it's
mhm,
like, okay, I have to do it this way. And how can I make this shot interesting, because this is the only thing that I have. Like this is the only setting that I got. So I got to like move the camera around so it's like good. Versus now I feel like there's so much not limitation that like the choice hinders people. Like that's
mhm.
definitely something I've read up on, is like the having too many choices like freezes people up. I definitely experienced that as well, especially ordering from restaurants. uh but like yeah, now in like movies it's like, oh, we can just create literally everything. It's like, okay, well, are you basing this on reality? No, then it's going to look a little strange, and some ideas shouldn't come to fruition. Like for example, Neil Breen, for example, that's a man with too much technology on his hands, and his like I only watched Twisted Pair, and that movie was like, oh god, it's too much access to things now. What the fuck is this? This is no Alfred Hitchcock. This is like, what the fuck am I watching? You know?
Yeah, no, I do know, and yeah, it's the kinda idea of, like, too many ingredients, spoil the dish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just need salt, pepper, and that's it. You don't need
Yeah.
the
You
rest of
don't
it.
add paprika, you don't add fucking garlic, you don't add
Yeah.
Italian seasoning to a biscuits and gravy.
No,
So,
just because you
exactly.
can, just
Yeah.
because you can. Well, that was Psycho. Speaking of, we're gonna play a quick game.
Wait, what would you rate this movie before we
Oh,
move on?
oh, a 10.
A
I
10?
think a
I
10.
also give it a
Yeah,
10. A
yeah.
10.0.
Yeah, 10. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna go like 11. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
We
I
don't do
agree.
that.
I do
We
like the
don't go over.
10.0 because that's just fun to add a decimal point.
It is a perfect 10. It's so well done. I love the idea of it, like tricking you twice. Like it's a what it's like a crime film at first, and then it turns into a horror movie,
Yeah.
or a murder mystery, and then a horror movie. So it's like I don't know. It's amazing. It's like three movies in one. You know?
Yeah, I really like
Yeah.
it a lot. It's very suspenseful.
Hmm.
Speaking of suspense, what game do you got?
Okay, so game today. I'm gonna keep it simple. Since we were dealing with the Norman Bates and his like I don't know what you would call it. What did they call it here? Like where he has split personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because of his mother and stuff like that. So we're gonna go kind of like we did last time, where we have different manias. So I'm
Different
gonna name
manias? Okay.
mania. I'm gonna. This game's called Guess the Mania. And so, like, let's say for instance, WrestleMania, it likes that goes to wrestling, even though that's not really a mania. But
Right.
we have a bunch of manias here, from A to maybe Z, and I'm gonna name you the mania, and you guess what it's compulsion to do, or
Okay.
obsession with, or something.
Okay.
So let's start with, let's see here. Abolomania.
A
ABOUL. Abolomania.
a bolo mania?
Yeah.
What the
Uh-huh.
fuck? What's the root word for that? Uh what does mania mean again?
Okay, so here's the example. Abolomania. The
Yeah.
definition is pathological indecisiveness. So you cannot decide on anything.
Okay.
That's an example there. Let's say
Okay.
this next one, anthomania.
Anthomania cannot decide on which anthem to play while you're in your car driving to work.
That's easy. You do Lana Del Rey.
See, it's
This
seen Kamasita by March 4th Marching Band clearly. That's an
uh
underrated band and song.
or Good Charlotte. Anthomania is the obsession with flowers.
What the fuck is an anthoflower?
I don't know. It says here Anthomania, the obsession of flowers.
I don't understand these words. I'm no Latin expert, okay? I'm sure there's Latin based roots of these words
You-
'cause that's usually
you-
what the English language is.
okay, you're gonna think this is silly. Here's one. Discomania.
Uh, the obsession of stealing disco balls from those disco floors and then digging those disco balls, getting a little bit of the dirt, and then digging them back up and playing soccer with them disco balls while disco dancing.
You're very close. It's obsession for disco music.
Ah,
That's a real thing compared to this. Yeah, supposedly.
obsession. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's the entire
Let's
80s.
see. Let's see. What is that? Oh no. Oh, that's gross. Habromania.
Habro, the obsession of collecting Hasbro toys.
It says here the insanity featuring cheerful delusions.
What is a cheerful delusion? Like a
Maybe like if you see dogs, maybe like if you're
that's a
imagining dogs.
hallucination. A
Okay.
delusion is like a false belief that you have.
Maybe
Um,
you believing every dog is a good dog, but
maybe,
some of
yeah.
them could kill you. Let's
Yeah, I would
see.
say like I used to think that until a dog bit me in the leg, and I still see the bruise from it every day. It's been 2 months. It's slowly healing up, and I'm like, "Ah, not all dogs are good dogs," and that broke my delusion.
No,
Lacry.
no. I remember a friend who his girlfriend got like a pretty good lawsuit when a dog like bit her when she was like 3,
Oh,
and
jeez.
Yeah, like, I guess bit her really bad where you couldn't see it, like, maybe on the leg or something, but she was pretty much set for life when she turned 18 with the
Nice.
lawsuit. I know, I was all, "Dang."
Fuck that dog.
Uh,
The dog shouldn't be biting people.
no, that's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, hey, here, guess this one. This will be right up your alley. Italomania.
The obsession of Italians and their
The
sandwiches.
obsession with Italy or Italians.
Oh. Sorry, let me change my answer. The obsession of very famous YouTuber Tony from Hack the Movies.
That's true. He is a very Italomaniac.
That's
Let's
fun.
see. Yeah, that was a that one's weird. I didn't know. Polka mania.
The obsession of polka music.
Yeah, the obsession of polka music and polka dancing
Oh, I don't know what polka dancing is, but I do know what polka music is. It's a
with
pretty rad
the
music type right
with
behind funk.
with the accordion, right? It's like heavy with the accordion or the bagpipes or something.
It's just the type of like music instrumentation. It's like but up dup dup but dup but up but dup dup. It's kind of like that. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily with the accordion because I've played some polka within band before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
just
know Weird Al does like a lot of polka and he's like all rowdy with the accordion.
that makes sense. He's a good
Uh,
accordionist.
according to him.
Haha,
Uh,
accordion to him. Bottom
accordion,
ching. Haha, got
accordion.
him.
Couple more. Rhinotilexomania.
Rhinotelexomania. Telexo. What the fuck is a telexo? Okay. It's the obsession of calling rhinos on the telephono and being like, "Yo, when the fuck are you gonna be not endangered yet?" Is that what it is?
It's compulsive nose picking.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I guess rhino means nose, but I didn't
Oh,
know
because it knows. I guess that
yeah,
makes
but
sense.
Tilix, I didn't know Tilix was something. Uh,
Weird. Languages are weird.
let's see. Let's do one more. Did you do trichotillomania?
Trichotrelomania. What is it?
Yeah, trichotillomania.
Telomania. Trichotelomania?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the obsession of the tri-state area codes.
No, that's not right at all.
Dang
You
it.
get no points. It's the neurosis where someone will pull out their own hair.
um, what the what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Manias, and then okay, last. Oh, you're gonna know this one's Stampomania.
Stampo. It's
Yeah.
the obsession of stamps. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, did she freeze? Because she's right. I thought you might have lagged out there. The obsession with stamp collecting. That's
uh,
what that is.
that's
Yeah, I didn't
fun.
know you could just be a maniac, like,
You can
in
be a
anything.
maniac of anything. Yeah,
Dude,
just like what
like,
you said.
there's literal whole list. Like, there's craze for going to plays, theatromania, like,
Oh, that
because you
makes
like
sense.
going to plays.
Some of these make sense. Some of them
Y
don't to me.
yeah, that's science though, right? Like, some of the words are just bullshit,
Yeah.
or
You can blame
science is
other
just bullshit.
languages for that
Yeah.
and English. You can just blame everyone for that.
I blame
Fuck
everyone for everything.
communication, am I right?
Yeah, fucking I blame my mom for everything, just like Norman.
Me too. Also, did you know I just noticed this. Did you notice that in the tits and areolas text below us, the fucking and sign is a G clef?
Is it?
Yeah. It's a G clef.
Oh, does that make it more clever, or does it make it not make sense?
I don't know. It's fine. It reads as an and, but it's a G clef.
Because the eye's a lamp. You can see right. It looks like a
Yeah.
lamp. So I didn't
Yeah, I
know
can
if
see that.
yeah, that's trying to keep it kid friendly. I don't
I don't know, it's
know.
fun.
Oh
It
yeah, we're just
definitely
having fun.
yeah.
But yeah, where can everyone find you, Mint Salad? I know you're everywhere and you're a busy girl.
Alright, so I do daily movie reviews every day at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. YouTube.com/ASC Presents. The series is called Mint Salad Saw. Also, if you want to request a movie review, you can do that for $20 Redinos, patreon.com/ASC Presents. And if you like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, see some spicy stuff, go to my link tree, linktr.ee/titsman salad, and that's where you can find me.
Yeah, go ahead and head to your link tree. You got your Amazon list set up already?
Yeah,
Uh,
I have a 3 list there. I got a costume wish list. I got a sexy stuff wish list. I also have a wigs wish list there as well. So those are the
Wonderful.
3 that I have.
Yeah, if any of y'all want to help her get all dolled up and dressed up for yoga,
You'll also get exclusive sets too if you buy me something off my wish list.
and
Just a
she's
little fun added bonus.
yep, she's very worth it. She will we'll make a graphic where you do it and there's like a peephole so we could be like Norman Bates just watching you have the
I'll
camera set up.
cosplay as Norman Bates one day.
That's what we all want to see. Exactly.
Exactly. Where
Why
can
he
we
wears that?
find you?
Me, I
Yeah.
am you could find the podcast I do each day. That's all funny. Everywhere podcasts are available, just search That's All Funny. You could find it on YouTube also in video form. Like when I do interviews, you could see the interview there, as well as some other random content at youtube.com/at Lorenzo Arreola. I also have a Patreon as well, patreon.com/Lorenzo Arreola, where do some extra stuff and the backlog of these episodes go up on there as well as on Mint Salad's Patreon. So that's an incentive too as well. If you'd like to see
Yes.
past episodes of Tits and Areolas, they will be there.
Yes, I will.
But yeah, that's another episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my beautiful co-host Mint Salad for for being around, and we'll keep doing this. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.